Welcome to Bliss on Business podcast. Today I'm joined by golf pro Joe Price, and we'll be talking through his highs, his lows, how he started his golf career and what he's doing today. I can't wait for this episode. Please tune in. Let's go. There we go. Oh. Right then, Joe.
Right.
Thanks for coming onto the podcast.
Pleasure.
So the first thing, let's go over who you are and what you do.
Okay, so my name's Joe Price. I'm a professional golfer based in Starbridge. And yeah.
And how did you first get into golf?
So I was about 14, so about 12 years ago. Actually, a couple of lads that lived on my road at home, they were going to a driving range, asked me to go the one day. I was playing football at the time. And I went up one evening, absolutely loved it. And from that day forward, I think I pretty much went every day that week.
So was football your first sport?
Yes, I always played football, at a decent level. And then, kind of got a little bit bored of it. My dad played golf, but because of taking me here, there and everywhere, he never really got the opportunity to play as much.
So in school, playing golf, was that fashionable for you? Or was it,
at all.
because obviously golf, I've been playing golf 15 years, and I think when I started, it was me playing with my dad and his mates. Now it's very young, isn't it? So
Big time. Honestly, I used to get absolutely rinsed, especially when I started to have days off and I was playing for county and playing different England events. Yeah, my mates used to rinse me, and now it's quite funny because they all have lessons off me now, so it's quite funny, really.
And they probably haven't got better since then, have they? So going through kind of this system of getting to be a professional, how's that go? Is it like a kind of gradual or?
It was a bit strange for me, really. I played amateur golf for a bit. I turned pro quite young, so I played amateur golf from kind of 14 to, I think I turned pro when I was 18, 19, which was quite early. But kind of just fell out of love with amateur golf. I was spending a lot of money travelling around, playing the circuit, and wasn't really getting anything back out of it. And my old man said to me one day, he just said, "Why not turn pro?" He said, "If you do play well, at least you can earn a few quid, which will fund the next event." So that's kind of what I did.
What does pro mean? Because I hear a lot of pro golfers, but what does actually pro mean?
So for me, this is my view on it. There's kind of two ways.
Okay.
You can go to something called Tour School, which at the time I went to something called Euro Pro, which is no longer about. You play different stages, different events, and obviously you have to sign a declaration form to say you're going to turn pro. So obviously if you get your tour card, you'll go onto that tour as a professional golfer. You can stay amateur the whole way through it and obviously see whether you make it. But I kind of just signed the form straight away, turn pro. Have to be off scratch or below, I believe. And then the other way is you sign up for your PGA degree, which I believe now, it was 4 handicap at the time. I think it might have gone up to 6. That's where, again, you go through the degree and you obviously turn pro.
Wow.
As a coaching pro.
Have you done a degree in golf then?
Yeah, so I did it that way around. So I did the playing first, turned pro as a playing pro. And then as time progressed, I then went and did my degree and become a coaching pro.
I mean, people might think a degree in golf, that's mad. But actually, I bet that was quite difficult, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was all sorts to it. Sports science, the custom fit side of it, running a business, VAT returns, everything, coaching. There's a lot to it.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with golf. It's such a good sport, isn't it? And it opens a wide range of options for you.
100%.
So business-wise, this is the podcast, Bliss on Business. So what made you decide to, you're still a pro, but what made you go from that to going into being a coach?
So for me, I'll be honest, I never wanted a coach, had no interest in it, hated it. Kind of played decent level amateur and then was ill for a little while.
Quite bad or?
Yeah, for about 18 months I was out the game. And then kind of come back, obviously turned pro, was really struggling for sponsorship, COVID hit, obviously business was struggling, so financially it was very hard. And I kind of said to myself, what am I going to do long term? Obviously I want to get a mortgage, I want to get a house. What am I going to do? I can't live on the hope of making it.
Yeah.
As much as that's everyone's dream, I kind of needed a plan B. So that's when I decided to do my PGA. Still wasn't interested in coaching. But my pro at the time kind of pushed me into helping the juniors a little bit, just for my development for my degree, because that was part of the degree. We had to do practical assessments, etc. So kind of helped a few juniors and saw them progress, really. And it just hook, line and sinkered me. when they're coming in, it's the best ever round. It was the best feeling in the world. And that's then I just started to coach more and more and more and loved it.
I've played golf for over 15 years, and I've never had a coach. And I remember seeing you on your Instagram, and I thought I'm going to go and have a lesson. I thought no one's going to improve me. I can do it all myself.
Yeah.
I remember I used a baseball grip, and first thing you said is, "Your baseball grip, you got to change that." I played cricket, so that's why I did it. Do you think golf coaching is more popular than ever?
I think it is. Obviously, YouTube and TikTok are playing a massive part in it at the moment.
Is that a problem though?
For me, I've never really gone down that avenue purely because I feel like everyone's different. Everyone has limitations, restrictions, time. At the end of the day, like if a coach is on YouTube telling you to do such and such, it probably needs a lot of time putting into it. Now, everyone's got families, everyone's got lives. We need to try and make the game as simple as possible.
Yeah.
So trying to do this drill 100 times a day is probably not practical for most people. So for me, we need to try and simplify people's golf swings and make it simpler. Now, online, for me, it's definitely the way to go. I think that's the way golf is going, but it's how you do it. And it's got to be individual to you and your swing.
Yeah, because no one swings the same, do they?
No, definitely
And that's
not.
the mad thing about golf. You can play with your mates play with 10 different mates, and everyone's got a different golf swing. It's just how'd you deal with that as a coach? Obviously, degree you learned that, but
it's learning. Like, don't get me wrong, I still probably make mistakes, like anybody. I'm only human. For me, it's like when somebody comes into me and I can tell straight away they've watched YouTube or TikTok. Like, oh, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, and I'm looking at them and thinking, right, okay, let's make my own opinion, okay, and they're saying to me, right, I'm over the top and I'm slicing the golf ball. First things first, I say to them, well, actually, look at your alignments. No matter if you're swinging over the top or not, if your alignment's incorrect, it doesn't really matter about your path. It's kind of people are self-diagnosing themselves when actually they think this is the problem when actually potentially might not be. So that's kind of where the scary thing is for me, where that one-to-one in-person contact is I can kind of diagnose it in person.
I think when I play golf, there's always that one person you play with that you hit a golf shot and they go, "You need to do this.
Yeah.
Think about this."
Yeah.
And you kind of, in the back of your mind, you're like, yeah. And it might work once, and
Oh, 100%, 100%.
and then you go with it, and then it doesn't. But when I come to you, I remember you changed my kind of whole, and I do now interlock grip. That's what you call it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that the right term?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And I've become a better golfer because of it. I need to probably come and see you before the summer because,
Yeah.
But I think golf's got younger as well. I think that's a key thing if you look on Instagram and especially Masters Weekend, we are filming Masters Weekend, so everyone loves golf at Masters Weekend.
Correct.
It's a bit like Wimbledon for tennis,
Yeah,
and
100%.
World Cup for football.
Definitely.
Do you think golf's got younger?
100%, yeah. I feel for me, my clientele especially, I would say a good 50% is definitely 30 and below, which is crazy to think.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's great for the game of golf because it's classed as that old man sport, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm a member at a club, and when you join the club, there's not many young people at the club. You feel like that. You feel like there's the young people, and then there's a lot of the older generation. You don't really get a mix, but I think that's becoming
Definitely. And I think golf clubs have got to kind of move with the generation.
Yeah.
I think because otherwise you get left behind.
Golf clubs are so big. I mean, I try and book a tee time, and it's
mad.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And you have to be a member now to play, don't you? Really?
Yeah, majority of places they're trying to make it more accessible, but obviously members always are going to have priority, which is important.
So with your coaching and people coming in to see you, is there a main thing that when people come in that they're doing wrong? Is there a set thing that most people do wrong?
I think setup. I think that's kind of where I always start. It's like getting in the car. If you can't get to first gear, you're never going to pull away. So if you're set up wrong from the get-go, how can you expect to hit a good golf shot? So I think that for me is what kind of is very common. That's kind of where I'll start.
Because I suppose you have to be right first before you even go there.
Yeah.
In terms of like equipment, there's a lot of talk on these new clubs and everything. Do they make a massive difference?
They do. They really, really do. Now, not just new clubs in general, fitted clubs.
Okay.
Fitted clubs, I cannot stress enough, is so important. Now, not in an arrogant way, but if you gave me just a random golf club and you give me a fitted club, I'd probably be able to hit both relatively fine. Okay, because I play and practice a lot.
Yeah.
Now, if you give maybe a beginner golfer or an intermediate, or just someone that's just kind of getting started, a fitted club and a random club, the difference is just crazy. So,
And I mean, we're sat in PPG in Stourbridge with how many golf clubs? A lot of golf clubs and a lot of golfers. It's mad, isn't it? And we've got the sim in front of us.
yep,
How accurate is that sim? What
unbelievable.
has that changed golf?
I think so, yeah, definitely. I think a lot of golf pros now are using launch monitors, TrackMan's, GC Quads.
Yeah.
For me, GC Quad and TrackMan are kind of the elite. That's obviously what the top players are using. There's obviously the good ones out there. How accurate they are, I don't know. I've not really tested them. But yeah, for me, GC Quad is what we use, and I stand by that.
So what's PPG about? How did that kind of come together? And
so the boys obviously were at a golf club before, and they kind of wanted to branch away and do something a little different that's not really around here. There's some more down towards London way, but there's not really many in the Midlands. So yeah, they kind of took the plunge and decided to just purely focus on custom fitting. Because like anything, golf clubs, they're amazing, but there's so much going on, like you say, it's so busy that how can you kind of specialise in something? You're worrying about is a course open, buggies on today, is the comp running smoothly? Whereas these guys kind of said, look, we just want to purely do custom fitting and make sure people have got the right clubs in their hand. A bit like me with coaching, I've kind of branched away from a golf club because I just want to have that time, that dedication to just make people better at golf. And you can't do that when you've got so much other things going on.
I think a lot of people's thoughts on club fitting, I don't know if it's the same for a lot of people out there, but I remember going to American Golf and going to their bay and being like pushed into a lot of clubs, or you need this angle, you need that angle, and actually you felt quite pressured into it. Is that a problem you see where it's got like a stigma around?
There's obviously a lot of people make the comments around that in terms of it's a sale thing, it's a commission thing, whatever.
Yeah.
For us, that isn't about that. It's the amount of people that Aidan sends to me, because Aidan fits them and he goes, oh, actually, if we just change a couple of things technique, we're going to see even more improvement when you come to get fitted, instead of just trying to flog someone a set of irons. And it's easy because we all want new clubs, don't we? Like if somebody comes through the door, they want new clubs.
Most people want new things.
We kind of pride ourselves on kind of word of mouth and make
it be right.
Yeah, 100%.
So obviously you coach and then they fit and
it just works.
Perfect,
the link's amazing.
Perfect kind of.
Definitely.
I mean, you can advise and then he swings like this, or that's amazing, isn't it?
And then they kind of a few months later they go back to Aidan and they see an even better improvement.
Yeah.
And they feel like they haven't been ripped off. They feel like they've gone through the journey and the experience, and that's what we're all about here is word of mouth.
Have you got one kind of success story of someone you've coached that really stands out to you? Is there anyone that you think? You're really. I mean, you're proud of.
Yeah, I've got a few. I've got definitely a few to mind, but there's one guy in particular that's been with me since day dot, since my last golf club, and he's kind of followed me all the way. He was kind of one of my first male adult clients.
Yeah.
And he's just stuck at it, and the results are unbelievable. He's texted me this morning actually, so he's been cut again. I think he started at like 34 handicap, and he's down to nearly 30 now. So, but he's just stuck at it. He's trusted the process. He's listened to my advice, and he's said to me, "Look, I'll be led by you. When you think I'm ready for new clubs, we'll go down that road." And yeah, when somebody puts that trust in you, the progress is amazing.
Because coaching's not about just going, you need to do this, you need to do this, do this right, do this right. It's actually about giving someone the ideas, but they've got to do it themselves, haven't they? That you've 100%. Got to go down the range, you've got to go on the course. You can't just come for one coaching lesson and go, I'm now complete.
And I think the big thing for me is believing in it. It's walking out that door and thinking, you know what, I'm gonna persevere with this for at least 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, and give it a chance. But you find a lot of people is they come, they have that one lesson, they're expecting a miracle, and then they'll go to the golf range and they'll try it 2 or 3 times, it doesn't work, and they'll just fall straight back into what works for them.
So what's the big advice for someone that's probably just going into golf, maybe played a little bit, and the summer's come in, Masters has been on, they want to get out on the course. What's your advice to them? Kind of how many lessons would you recommend?
So this is the thing, and I get asked this all the time, when should I have my next lesson? Yeah. How many lessons should I have? And there's no right or wrong answer. It's down to you and what you want to gain out of it. And I say this religiously to every single client. It's about how much you're going to put into it. where do you want to be? For me, it's coming having the first lesson, understanding where you want to go on the journey, and then from there we can kind of put a plan together, or you can put a plan with your coach or whoever you're seeing, and actually say to them, look, I want to get here. Where do I need to be? But for me, it's one step at a time. Okay, don't rush.
Yeah, when I would come to be coached by yourself, it was the mini things that I really found interesting, like the kind of the swing path this way. If you change that little detail, it makes such a difference. And I didn't realise that before. I thought you hit the ball, and I got to a decent handicap
definitely.
doing that. But I think to go lower and actually enjoy and kind of know how golf works,
100%.
and then even watching it on TV, you can kind of go, oh yeah, he does that, or
Yeah,
but
it kind of correlates.
yeah, it kind of goes, yeah, you kind of just look at it and go, actually, I'm enjoying this. As you get lower, I find it hard because you want to get better.
Yeah,
And it's so
expectations.
frustrating. And if you don't play enough, I've got 2 kids myself, so I don't get to play as much. And that's hard. But going to the range and coming in here, for people
It's
that's,
time consuming.
yeah,
It is. It definitely is time consuming, and it's hard. And that's what I say to people: look, right, go away, see how many times you practice. Okay, if you're kind of practicing 2 to 3 times a week, maybe come back and see me every 2 or 3 weeks. If you're practicing once a week, maybe every 5 to 6 weeks. It just depends. It depends on each individual for me.
Do you have a lesson? Do you still get golf lessons?
I actually haven't had a lesson now
Okay.
for about 18 months. I'm actually in the process of trying to find a coach that I kind of click with and I can work with. But yeah, no, I haven't.
Is it hard being a coach, getting coached?
No, it's actually really interesting. I actually go and shadow quite a few coaches
Okay.
for my own personal development as a coach. I think it's important to listen to other people and how they coach and what works for them. So no, I don't see that as a problem at all. I don't. It's how you take it on board and how they deliver it. I think that's key.
I imagine there's a lot of kind of coaching. You don't just get your qualification and be here, do you? Is
No.
there ongoing coaching training
Yeah,
you have to go to?
so I go to loads of seminars. I go and shadow other coaches. It's how much you want to learn. At the end of the day, it's a minefield out there, and it's adapting your way, your style of coaching. I think that's quite important for me. Is there's not just one way of coaching. There's so many different ways, and not everybody's gonna like your way, and they're gonna go elsewhere, and that's fine.
Yeah,
And I actually have advised
yeah.
people over the last 18 months of my coaching career to actually go and seek other advice and see what they think.
Is that because you feel like they're better suited to them, or
Just to get another opinion. Like
yeah,
when I'm standing there with somebody and I feel like I can't do any more for them,
yeah?
or I'm not quite sure kind of how to kind of get the message over to them, or how to kind of change them in a way, I suppose. I might say to them, you know what, I want you to go and seek elsewhere and see what they think.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, isn't it? Because I think you can't fix everyone, can you?
And you can't just tell somebody something for the sake of it.
Yeah,
They go, oh, it will work, it will work.
yeah,
Like I'll only ever say something if I truly believe that if they stick at it,
yeah.
it'll benefit from
And you're quite honest, aren't you, with
it.
your
100%.
training? You're quite you need to do
I'll
this.
tell people as it is,
Because
definitely.
for you, your aim is to make people better at golf, which automatically then brings more people to you.
100%.
They might play with 4 people. I get trained by Joe. He
Definitely.
coaches me, and they see hit the big drive, and I want to go see him. So I thought that's your aim.
That's
And if you can't get people better, there's no point, is there?
no,
You know.
definitely.
So challenges. I think obviously you do a lot on social media. I think your social media is fantastic. Is that a challenge though? Because you do a lot of posting, don't you? I've noticed
Yeah.
you do a lot.
We had this conversation with the boys at PPG a few months back, and they said, you look like you really love it and you're really confident. No, it's hard. I probably don't enjoy it if I'm being honest. But for me, I know it's so important, and I think it's really, really important to get your comfort zone. Um, it's the future, isn't it? I don't have any walking trade. Mine's all social media and word of mouth. So
Yeah.
that is my only business model.
Yeah.
So for me, I've got to put myself out there and I've got to do it.
Which is amazing, really. Now thinking about how Instagram's it really does help businesses, doesn't it?
Oh, it's
Because
incredible.
it's a platform that's firstly it's majority free.
Yep.
You're going out to a lot of people, and they're just watching the videos and going, actually, I think a face to the video, I think is good. You're young, you're smart, you kind of talk the talk, don't you? And you walk the walk. I've had a coaching lesson with you. But you go out to the wider audience, and I think that's amazing. Do you think with videos and stuff, is there any times that I have this with the salon? You do a video and you're just looking at the views and you're like, "Ugh, spent
Hours do that.
2 hours and it's took me 5 attempts, but actually it's got no views. But then there might only be 5 people that watch that, and that's what matters, really, isn't it?
100%. It's consistency. I'm
Yeah.
a big believer in that. And I've had videos that have took me 30 seconds and they've had 350,000 views. And then I spend 4 hours on a video that I think is going to be amazing and it has 500. I'm like, there's no consistency to it. But for me, just keep posting, keep being consistent.
keep going.
Yeah, 100%.
Obviously in Stourbridge, and do you only coach in Stourbridge, or is there other places?
So I coach at PPG here,
Yeah.
3 days a week,
Yeah.
and then I coach at Halzone Driving Range on the bypass going up to the motorway, 3 days a week as well. And then sometimes some course lessons or some kind of short game lessons up at Dudley Golf Club.
Oh, Dudley Golf Club.
Yeah.
Do you still play, or?
Yeah, still playing.
How many
Yeah.
times do you get out to play?
Not as much as I want to, and that's a big goal for me this year. That's one of my top 5 goals, was to play a lot more. And definitely a lot more with clients as well. I really enjoy that.
Yeah.
But no, to be fair, I did play quite a lot last year. But it seemed to be when I played, it was in a tournament. It wasn't actually practicing.
Any wins, or?
Yeah, I had a few wins last year. Yeah, no, it was a good year actually. It came.
What happens in terms of wins? Can you get paid, or is
So
what's your dream? Is the dream still being? Have you ever just wake up and think? Because obviously everyone wants to be a pro.
Yeah.
Whether you start at 30, whether you start at 18, you still think you can make it, don't you? But is that your ultimate dream?
I'm being honest, at this current moment in time, I don't actually know. I'm really enjoying the journey. I'm loving building a business from scratch.
Yeah.
I'm loving coaching all my clients. And I love still playing tournaments. And I've still made a few quid from playing. And that's amazing. That to me is a bonus. Do I want to play more? Definitely. I think it's great. And ultimately, from past experience, when I go to a lesson with a coach and he still plays, I think it really shows in his coaching. Whereas if I go to a lesson with a coach that doesn't play anymore and hasn't played for years, it also shows. So for me, I still want to be that coach. If I ever not want to play, for me, I'll give up coaching because the enthusiasm will go.
Because I imagine it's hard getting the time to coach and play.
Yeah, people think you practice and play. And I do practice a hell of a lot. Okay, like in between lessons, and I get here early doors or after work. But it's that playing on a golf course. And that kind of has been my limitation in terms of doing what I've done and coming to PPG and coming to Halzone Driving Ranges. I don't have that access to any golf courses anymore because of being a competitor and whatnot.
Yeah.
Which that's one thing that I've really found tricky.
Oh, so that you're not really maybe accepted as much as you would like to be accepted.
Definitely.
Is there a bit of a stigma with that then?
A little bit, yeah, because obviously, and I get it, 100%. Golf clubs don't really want me at their golf club.
Okay.
In case I'm chatting to clients, or not that I would ever poach, right? 'Cause that's obviously not what you should do. But I get that people naturally talk and people see me, and yeah, it's difficult, and I respect that. So I try and go a little bit further afield, but then time comes into it, travelling, and
of course, yeah.
So
I imagine that's if you're playing an hour away, and you think, oh, I can do a lesson, or it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's go back to the start of your kind of golf career. What was it like, the mental side? Because golf is massively a mental game, isn't it?
From a playing perspective.
Yeah, from a playing perspective. Did you have any times where you thought, I'm giving up, or I just want to do a normal job, as we say, I want to do a normal 9 to 5 job, I'm sacking it off?
100%, 100%. Especially when later amateur career, early professional career, I was obviously playing a lot bigger events. Comes more cost.
Do you have to pay to go?
Yeah, so
how does it work? Do you have to pay to enter?
Yeah, so when I was kind of playing Euro Pro, you were kind of paying 300, I think around the £300 mark to enter the events. Then you got your digs for 3 or 4 days, obviously depending on if it's local or not. Then obviously you got your travel costs, you got your food and drink, your equipment. Obviously quite fortunate, I was gifted most of the time. But then obviously you've got your day-to-day life when you get home as well. You still want to see your mates, you still want to go out, and oh God, trying to get sponsors was hard, and constantly living in your overdraft and credit card.
Sponsors, do they come to you, or do you have to really reach out?
You need to reach out. I was fortunate with a couple of companies that were very good to me, and the golf clubs, my golf clubs that I was playing at, kind of looked after me, but it doesn't last long. Like, you could be spending £1,000 a week.
Wow.
And if you're missing cuts, And you're driving back from Newcastle, and it's a lonely.
Because obviously we watch the Masters and we watch all the big tournaments, and you think they must be earning, and they do earn a
Yeah,
hell of a lot of money, but they're also self-employed themselves, aren't they? Which I
100%.
never really thought about until, you know, that kind of, yeah, they have to pay their hotels and that comes out of their prize money. I mean, they get millions, don't they? But
Yeah.
how much do they get for like, if you make the cut in the Masters, how much do you get?
So I actually looked at this morning. 'Cause I think top five, you still made £1 million. Yeah, I think.
£1 million top
Yeah,
five.
I think it'd be close to 100 grand. I would think from probably 50 to 100 grand from just making the cut. It's pretty. Yeah, it's amazing. Whereas like kind of lower league stuff like Euro Pro when I was playing, if you're making the cut, you're probably making £300-400, which
It's
is
not a big.
and they're good strong fields, so it's
Is there a lot of young people coming, more young people than ever coming through,
so many.
like into the pro game? Do you see a lot more
Lots.
pros now than you ever did?
Yeah, definitely. Lots. Yeah, lots. But just kind of gets to a point where can you keep doing it? And I've got no shame in admitting this. Like I have guys say to me all the time, clients, God, I bet it was a life of Riley, wasn't it? On tour and playing loads of events.
Convertible, you imagine that, don't you?
It's
Like
just not. It's just
your
like
golf club in your
you're
back.
stopping in rubbish digs.
Yeah.
You're eating crap food because you're trying to make ends meet, and you miss the cut. And you've got 6 hours home from Scotland, and you're on the verge of tears because you're in your overdraft, 1,500 quid, and you're thinking, where's the next payment coming from to play the next event?
So, looking out there and thinking about, there might be some people listening to the podcast or watching it, thinking where you've just spoke about. What advice would you give to someone that's now maybe 18, 19, 20, that's playing golf at a good level, but not seeing results, and they want to go into the coaching like career? What advice would you give to them?
Get out your comfort zone. So definitely hit social media. Okay, like it's just so important. It's really really important. You can build a business. It's free. Okay, you've just got to learn how to use it. I'm not the best at it, but you just gotta go for it and put yourself out there. There's posts. I've had guys that took the mick out of me for certain posts, and it is what it is. At the end of the day, if you want to make some money or you want a career in it, you've
Do you mates?
got to do what other people aren't.
Do you
Like,
mates?
all the time.
I have it as well. I have
All the
my
time.
mates. You love being on camera. Like you said, you don't like. It's just something you have to do.
Yeah, 100%. So that definitely for me, if you're just starting out, would definitely jump on social media. It's a free source of advertisement. Okay, you haven't got to go and paid ads. You haven't got to go and do newspaper and get posters and all that. You've just got to hit social media.
Have you ever had to pay for? Do you pay for promotion, or is it not a kind
Not
of?
really. I've done
No.
the odd one for PPG,
Yeah.
but no, we haven't. It's definitely something that we would definitely look into,
Yeah.
like Google ads and stuff like that. But no, at the moment we're happy with where we are.
So the biggest mistake you've made in your coaching or playing career?
Oh, that's a tough one.
It's hard. I ask it everyone. It's a very hard question.
Okay, so playing career, maybe a little bit more out there in terms of trying to get sponsorship. So just approach people because they can only say no. I did it very much towards the end, but maybe for earlier on, when I was probably playing better. Just put yourself out there. Just ask a businessman. They can only say no
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Is there a putt that you remember and that's not left you, or a bad tee shot?
There's in a good way or a bad way.
A bad way. Both. Let's go with both.
But the one that I'll always remember was the first ever event back after COVID. It was the first UK event. It was I think it was an 1836 tour event up north, and it's quite interesting actually. I was out last. It was a really hot day. Marcus Armitage, who's actually on European tour now, he actually won. He beat me by 2. He shot 7 under. He played earlier in the morning, and I was last out, and I was had an unbelievable front nine. I think I was 6 under for front nine. It was crazy. I had 2 eagles, unbelievable. Just come out pure out of lockdown,
Okay.
and then it's like 1 over back 9. And I remember getting on the 18th, and I was nervous as hell. I was 5 under, and I felt like I was playing really well. And I knocked it on in 2, and I must have had 40, 50 foot putt for birdie. And I just remember glimpsing. I'm not a scoreboard watcher really. I don't really care. You just got to do what you can do. But I remember seeing the scoreboard, and there was like 3 other lads on 4 under. And I was like, if I 3-putt this, my paycheck's gonna be so much smaller. And I was like, I just never forget that. And I was standing over this putt, and I couldn't even.
Was shaking.
I was shaking like a dog.
How much was in it? Like
In the end, it wasn't major amounts, but it was a fair few. It was close to £1,000. It was a fair few £100. And that was the difference. And I remember.
Did you three put it?
No, I rolled it down, and I think I left myself 3 or 4 footer downhill, and it just caught the last edge, and it was the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, that never ever leaves me.
Yeah, I think yeah, when you're playing with your mates, I think you get nervous even go to the last hole and you're trying to beat one of your mates, let alone that.
No, definitely.
Well, we've just gone through the biggest mistake in your playing career. Business wise, what would you say your biggest mistake is?
Biggest. It probably isn't my biggest. I can't really think off the top of my head what my biggest would be, but one that I would say is definitely a mistake that's been quite recent, over the last kind of year, is I kind of fell in the trap of starting a business and you're constantly trying to draft new work in a new business to get new clients. And actually, I've kind of took a step back, and especially the start of this year, was kind of, I've got enough clients. Look after the clients that I've already got. Now, new clients is great, and I'm still onboarding, taking on new clients. But for me, the clients that I've got is making sure they're looked
happy.
after, they're happy, they're understanding. When they walk out a door, they have direct communication. Like, I check in every week with every single client now. How are you getting on? Have you played this weekend? Have you practiced? And the difference for me in terms of them progressing has been phenomenal. Just being consistent and
Like you pushing them.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I suppose that comes with the lesson. It's ongoing, isn't it?
100%. It's not just a case of coming in, having a quick 60-minute lesson, you fix, miracle, happy days, off you go.
Value for money experience.
Yeah,
the
100%.
whole thing.
And that, for me, has been my biggest mistake. I fell into that trap, and I'm glad I've realised that, and definitely I've noticed a massive difference. Yeah, that definitely for me.
So Stourbridge, Halzo, Hagley, you do a lot of clients, I imagine, around this area. I mean, the podcast is about local business, local entrepreneurs like yourself. What's the community mean for you in terms of kind of the coaching in your business?
Oh, huge. And like doing things like this, constantly finding different avenues to get yourself out there. There's definitely things that I want to do in terms of community charity work. I've done a little bit for the Disabled Golf Foundation in the past.
Fantastic.
There's different things in terms of, I potentially want to do some climbing mountains for golf charities.
Yeah.
Or maybe even create a golf charity of my own. I think
that'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
That'd be pretty cool.
You don't really see many golf charities, do you?
Not really. And golf is an expensive sport, and I'd like to make it more accessible, especially to younger people. But yeah, no, community's huge, and I'll always kind of give back as much as I can. I do give away a lot of lesson vouchers for auctions and things like that. I think it's very important to be inclusive, and to remember where you come from. So that's good.
Perfect. So Joe, your camera is there. If you can tell the audience, the listeners, where you are, how they find you, and carry on. Take it away.
So I'm based at PPG in Stourbridge Town Centre, just off Victoria Passage. I'm also based at Halzone Driving Range, just on the bypass going up towards the M5. Now you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Joe Price Golf. And yeah.
Thank you for coming on. It's been fantastic. I've enjoyed it because obviously I love golf. So it's been fantastic.
Really good. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.